Hello, my name is Michael Panamero, President of TFI. I'd like to congratulate you on being a person of action in your decision to participate in this presentation. With your decision, you have expressed that you believe that something bigger is out there for you. And you're right. That bigger is part of a $136 billion industry that continues to burst wide open at the seams with opportunity for people like you to earn a substantial residual income. The credit crisis and the economic meltdown has made it virtually impossible for small to medium-sized businesses, which are the backbone of this country, the backbone of North America, to obtain traditional forms of financing. And last year, small business lending was slashed by over $13 billion. That industry is the factoring industry, and factoring is quickly becoming the alternative financing tool of choice. So I welcome you to the presentation. Enjoy yourself. You're going to be extremely happy that you're watching this. The core mission of the TFI is to educate, enlighten, and inspire individuals like you to transform your actions into success. And with over 100 years of industry experience, we are here to guide you, train you, support you, and mentor you in realizing your opportunity and capitalizing your potential. Now, with the help of a gentleman by the name of Tim Sardinia, we are going to expose you to this $136 billion industry that continues to burst wide open at the seams with opportunity for you. We're going to tell you about factoring, we're going to show you how it works, and we're going to show you how you can participate in this red-hot industry and build a substantial residual income. And we're going to show you how you can do that from the comfort of your own home. Now, before I tell you a little bit about myself, I'd like to ask a question. How much would you like to earn per month? How much would you like to earn per month? And I want you to think about that and write that number down. Because as we go through this presentation, we're going to share a formula with you. A formula that's actually going to show you just how close you are to achieving that financial goal. For you, you may have chosen to be on this presentation because you're looking for an opportunity to supplement your income. Help you with your day-to-day expenses, help you meet those mortgage payments and those car payments. Our inexpensive system and this red-hot industry can help you with all of that. You may have been forced out of work. You may have been downsized. You may be seeking a new career change. You have a dream of being in your own successful home-based business. Spend more time with your family. Our inexpensive system and this red-hot industry can help you with all of that. So write that number down. You're going to be extremely surprised on just how close you are to receiving or achieving your financial goal. Prior to joining the factoring industry back in November of 1999, I was a small business owner and over $80,000 in debt and going nowhere fast. I may surprise you, I may be a lot like you because I had attended a number of business opportunity presentations and I never enrolled in any of them because I simply was not impressed about the products that they were pitching or the compensation plan behind the products. Until one day, I discovered an infomercial during halftime of a football game that I was watching. And that infomercial was claiming to teach me how to buy, broker, and sell notes and invoices for cash. And there are a couple things that really got my attention and really got me excited about that opportunity. They were the ability or the opportunity to earn a substantial residual income and at the same time help people. Help small to medium-sized businesses find the money that they need to help them grow and help them survive. Now, people get involved in business opportunities for one of two reasons: desperation and inspiration. And I gotta tell you, I was extremely desperate at that time. But I was truly inspired with what I had heard. I invested $8,000 on a 5-day class, and I did it using one of my last credit cards that I had. Can you imagine going home and telling your wife, your significant other, that you just spent $8,000 on one of your last credit cards? Well, I can tell you, she certainly had a few choice words for me. And she said one thing to me, and I'll never forget it: this better work or else. I got excited and I started to work in this industry on a sometime basis. And you know what? I achieved my first commission check. I thought I was going to retire after I received my first commission check. I thought I was going to retire in a couple weeks because that check was so gigantic I couldn't believe it. My first commission check was just $17.87. Can you believe that? But it proved to me two important things. It proved to me that I could do this business, and it also proved to me that a real business, a real industry existed out here in the real world. Well, I got more excited and I started to work even harder, and I started to make a lot of mistakes. And I thought to myself, in order to get successful, to be successful in this business, I had to figure out my own system. Well, I was able to parlay that $17.87 with my system to becoming a successful full-time factoring broker, getting out of debt, achieving $1 Million Club status for that industry, which led to me working in the industry as a funding source. Over the past number of years, I have dedicated most of my time to helping, training, guiding, supporting, and mentoring people. People just like you on what to do and what not to do in building their own successful home-based brokering business. Now, in a few minutes, I'm going to introduce Tim Sardinia to you, a good colleague and a great friend of mine. But before I go there, I want you to think about something. Very long time ago, an old man shared a saying with me, and it goes something like this: success is defined by finding a need and fulfilling that need. And as we go through this presentation, I want you to decide for yourself if A, we have found a need, and if B, factoring companies satisfy those needs and consultants like you satisfy those needs. So the fact of the matter is demonstrated by a study that the Credit Research Foundation did just a few months ago. And the study findings goes on to say, nearly 80% of North American companies report that the economy has had a direct negative effect on their business, with a majority citing tightening cash flow and a slowdown in customer payments. The study continues to show companies are reporting restricted cash flow while the key to the growth is right in front of them. 77% report that the economy has had a direct negative effect on their business. 33% say the financial crisis is straining the availability of working capital. 67% report that they are experiencing a general slowdown in customer payments. 68% say their customers are experiencing tightening of bank financing. And 67% tightened AR collections. So what is an accounts receivable? Well, when a company manufactures a product or it renders services to another company, it will go ahead and create an invoice. And as you see here, this is a copy of a typical invoice. Now, I bring to your attention a number of parts to this invoice. The first one is description. This is the description of the products that were manufactured and shipped or the services that were rendered. Next to that box is quantity, which is the number of units of products that were manufactured and shipped. Next to that box is the unit price, and this is each individual price for each product that was manufactured and shipped. And next to that, you'll see line total. This is calculated by multiplying the quantity of the products that were manufactured and shipped times the unit price. Now, somewhere on this box, there's a little box called terms. Typical terms in the industry is 2% 10, net 30 days. What does that mean? Well, if a customer pays for their invoice within 10 days, they are going to receive a 2% discount of the face value or the line total of the invoice. If the company pays for their invoice between 10 and 30 days, they are required to pay for the full amount of the invoice or the face value or the line total of this invoice. Now, by listing terms on an invoice qualifies an invoice as a legal document or a short-term note. National average for invoices to be paid across North America is a whopping 73 days. It's time for you to find out what factoring is and how it works. In order for us to be able to do that, I'd like to introduce you to my colleague, my good friend, Tim Sardinia. Tim?